guys, welcome to another edition of The Will Be Expletives. I'm Jeff.
I'm Ron.
And Ron, you know what the hardest part about Game of Thrones season is?
Game of Thrones season?
No, it's having to wait a week between episodes. When you know they're all done.
Yeah.
They're just chilling at HBO headquarters, and if only HBO was like Netflix. Because if
They're trying to be fair.
If HBO dropped Game of Thrones all at once,
oh god,
I would watch it all in one sitting.
I would
even
too.
if they released it at like 3 o'clock in the morning, I would still watch it as soon as possible, all in one sitting.
I would too, honestly. I mean, it's just, you already have to wait a year for more episodes anyway. You might as well just get it all over with, you know?
And they have so many plot lines going anymore. Like, they only are allowed, basically, a couple of minutes per screen, for story at least.
And the episode still feels like 10 minutes long.
Yeah. It's a bummer. It's been fun, though, doing our reaction show to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, check out, if you are a fan of Game of Thrones and want to hear a, brief, we usually are going to be aiming for like 25, 30 minutes or so, just reaction of each episode. We're going to be putting it up each Sunday night. It is tonight's watch. It has the fancy little logo courtesy of Ron's wife, Christina, which was absolutely fantastic.
Our graphics department.
She is our best intern. I will give her that. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started on the movie news today. Got a couple of Alien topics to get through. It's kind of funny how this all happened right around Alien Day.
Who knew?
What a coinkadink. We'll start first.
My favorite holiday of the year, by the way.
Did you see the Ripley Reeboks?
No, you told me about it, though.
Yeah, they are straight up her shoes from the movie, and they were called Alien Stompers. I applaud Reebok just for doing that, because that's amazing.
Well, they had to do something after Nike did the Back to the Future Day stuff.
Yeah. So we'll start with Alien Covenant.
By the way, I just want to say I'm glad that we have reached a point in society where we have Alien Day and Back to the Future Day, and we celebrate stuff like that.
Yeah, we don't. No one gives a shit about President's Day, but goddamn it, we celebrate Back to the Future and Alien Day. Okay, first of all, did you even know Covenant was underway filming? I didn't.
No, I didn't.
Because it seems like it's been in development hell forever, because they've changed the name, like 17 times, it seems?
I wouldn't call it development hell. That's just Ridley Scott not being able to make up his mind.
It's like, we are not filming until I decide on a name, guys. He's just been in his trailer.
Yeah.
For 6 months, like.
If I recall, it was Covenant, then Paradise Lost, and then Covenant.
Well, originally it was Prometheus 2.
That's true.
Yeah, so it's changed its name so many times. But yeah, it is underway filming. They released a Xenomorph concept art, which we'll talk about now. What'd you think? It looks pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, cool's not the word. More like terrifying.
It looks a little bit like Miyazaki from Dark Souls stopped by and gave him a little sketch on what they could do with it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine a Miyazaki alien game?
No, dude.
Dark Souls is already scary enough with his own inventions, but if you gave him... I really want this to happen now. I want Alien Isolation 2 by Miyazaki. I will shit my pants.
And it'll be on PlayStation VR.
Oh, yeah.
And we will die in real life.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I don't know that I can see this movie, because the first one scared me enough. I'm scared just looking at this thing, dude.
I'm excited for... I know he did Prometheus, but I'm excited for a legit alien movie by Ridley Scott.
Yes.
Because, I love me some Aliens, but it really hasn't been a horror franchise since Ridley Scott approached it originally.
Right.
So I think it'd be cool to see him go back to it. But yeah, we like the design. This is a little bit tweaked. Basically, the idea is that every single time, I think this was in the Collider article or something that I read this off of, but every single time they've done an Alien movie, they always have some type of tweak to it. So it makes sense for Ridley Scott, for his return to it, to have a tweaked Xenomorph, and they're always trying to make it look new. So I think it'd be cool. I'm excited for Covenant quite a bit.
Dude, if I want these people doing a StarCraft movie with the Zerg,
could be cool.
Dude. But
they need to do StarCraft, and Del Toro needs Diablo, and then I'll be happy. The other thing they released for Covenant was actually a pretty cool little promo image of a Weyland-Yutani badge on a uniform, which is just cool because if you're not familiar with aliens, were they an alien, or was it just aliens that Weyland-Yutani was prominent? Because I know
isn't it always Weyland-Yutani?
Because what I remember specifically from it was the dude who betrays him in Aliens was working for Weyland-Yutani, right? The dude from, I forget his name. You know what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah.
So was it in Alien? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's in Alien.
Okay, so it wasn't the original one?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm pretty sure that I don't know how much they talk about it.
Maybe
but,
it more briefly talked
but
about
I know
it in
you
that
see
one.
it like on screen. I think you see it in a caption and stuff like that. I don't think it was as big a deal as it was until like basically Damage Control and Aliens.
Yeah, because they actually they find Ripley, don't they?
Yeah.
In the second one.
Yeah.
So it's just cool. It's a cool little fan service image with Weyland Yutani coming back. It's basically they're going out of their way to show you that
They're doing it right.
they're doing Alien. They're not doing Prometheus. Even though it's kind of Prometheus too, it's an Alien movie more so than a Prometheus movie. Which you and I both like Prometheus, but I would rather have an Alien movie than a Prometheus movie.
I love Prometheus. I own it. But
it was a cool one-off type of thing, but I'm glad we're back to Alien now. The only thing I don't like about Covenant is I'm actually more interested in Alien 5.
Yeah.
And it keeps pushing it back further and further the more times Ridley Scott changes his mind on the name, and they don't get filming actually done. But we got some concept art teases from Alien 5 out of Neil Blomkamp, mostly well-known for District 9 and Elysium. He's currently working on pre-production of Alien 5. He released some concept art that teased the return of Newt, which
I
is
love
fucking
the
awesome.
Riddick approach, dude.
I love the idea of them bringing Newt back and it's perfect too because what's the buzzword of Hollywood? Strong female lead.
Yeah.
So bring back Newt, who never.
Sigourney Weaver and Newt.
And they shouldn't even have to do a fucking retcon because killing Newt and Hicks off screen was the biggest load of horseshit I've ever seen. Literally. The third act of Aliens is all about saving Newt.
Yeah.
And then when you go right back in for the next movie, they're like, oh, she died. Fuck you, Alien 3 writers. What a load of horse shit. It's okay. If they couldn't get the actress back or didn't want to use the character again, that's fine. Don't mention her.
Don't kill her, yeah.
Don't kill her off screen. They went out of their way to piss everyone off for no reason.
Yeah. Like you said, don't even mention her.
Yeah, it's fine. It's Ripley. There was no reason to even mention Newt.
Yeah.
Unless you were going to use the character. It's dumb. So I'm totally on board with using the Superman Returns approach of just basically saying the first two movies are continuity. Everything else is fine, but they're more like what-if stories. We're focusing on the continuity of the first two. I think it'd be really cool. Who would you like to see cast as badass adult Newt?
I don't know. Like I was telling you off mic, she reminds me of Mockingbird on S.H.I.E.L.D.
She'd be cool. The first person I mentioned was Charlize Theron, but she's so busy they probably won't be able to get her for this. Especially since I'm sure Sigourney Weaver is commanding a pretty penny even to come back in what might be like a smaller role than normal, but it's Sigourney Weaver in an Alien movie. They're probably paying her a shit ton.
It'd be really cool if it did have Sigourney Weaver as more of a supporting role, and it mostly focused on Newt.
I think that's what we're gonna get. I think it's gonna be just like that.
Yeah.
Really cool though. Very, very smart. I have loved everything I've seen out of Alien 5. Concept art's all been cool. The Newt idea is cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I think they're talking. Covenant obviously will come out first. I think they're talking sometime next year for that. So we probably actually won't get Alien 5 till 2018 at the earliest.
I thought we reported a while back there was the possibility they'd both be 17, but I'm thinking that's going to be more like 17, 18 now.
Yeah, I think there's got to be...
If they've got basically the Prometheus storyline going and the canon Alien movies going, you could have one every year.
What I think at the minimum we'll have 1 year between.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at the earliest, sometime, maybe even early 2018, but I think it will be 2018 at the earliest for Alien 5. But yeah, in the meantime, we have Covenant to look forward to, so it's a good time to be an Alien fan.
Another reason to have Alien people doing a StarCraft movie is basically the stuff they ended up doing in 3 and 4 with Ripley was essentially the Queen of Blades, the little chick that's in command of the Zerg.
The Heart of the Swarm was actually the most exposure I've had to it because I watched Let's Plays for it. And it's very cool. I'd be if you could give me like a Netflix or Hulu TV show even for StarCraft, I'd be all over that. Well, it stuns me that Diablo and StarCraft haven't been made into anything yet. They need, for the love of God, Warcraft be good. Because you know what's going to happen is 3 years from now, if Warcraft's good, we're going to be sick of the Blizzard properties because they're all going to get greenlit.
Yeah, but the only properties that we'll see is Warcraft and Overwatch.
Fucking Overwatch. Let's not get on that topic. I'm so annoyed. It hasn't even come out yet. Just the beta happened, and I'm already sick of Overwatch.
Yeah.
Like,
I was sick of it before that. Because I'm still playing like Diablo and stuff, and I see shit for Overwatch all the time.
I mean, it's probably fun.
I am over Overwatch.
It's probably fun, but I mean, I'm just sick of everyone going apeshit for it. Yeah. Let's talk about one of Ron's other favorite sci-fi properties, though. Let's talk about some Independence Day. We got another trailer for Resurgence, as we have likened to call it, courtesy of John Shep. I will give him total props for that one, which was complete genius. So, okay, you're the resident Independence Day fanboy. What were your impressions on this trailer?
To me, it is just, I don't know, it just looks like they handed it over to Michael Bay, more or less. So,
are there racist robots?
No, they'll be racist aliens.
I'm okay
and
with that.
And then Trump's going to show up and try to build a wall.
You're making this movie sound way more interesting than it's going to be.
But it doesn't work because they can fly.
You are overselling this movie right now.
But no, I don't know. The first one, like I was telling you off camera, actually did a pretty good job, especially in the era, for having like 4 different storylines happening at once, and then them all coalescing into one story by the end of the movie, by the third act. So, there's actually some decent writing in there if you step back and look at it, even if it's not, the greatest story, or at least they changed the ending. Have you seen the original ending?
For the original one?
Yeah.
What was it?
He, instead of flying his like F-22 or whatever he's flying, F-16, whatever, into the ship with the bomb strapped to it, it's his crop duster.
Okay, that's pretty terrible.
Yeah, they changed
You can't
it.
even get the altitude to do that in those.
And it's going straight vertical, and I don't think they'll do that either.
Physics. It's a bitch.
So, yeah, but anyway.
I like how we're calling bullshit on the physics in the Independence Day movie.
But yeah, the everything I've seen out of the second one, I think that it's mostly just, it's going to be cool for spectacle, and it's probably going to be cool to like see in theaters. But
what's funny is I'm not even getting that out of it, because I stand by what I've said previously. If this was going to be on Sci-Fi or have you heard Netflix is going to be doing movies now? They've transitioned more where they're going to be using big budgeted movies.
Yeah, they did something recently. They got somebody.
Yeah, David Ayer is directing the first one. And it was a big deal because it's going to be a Netflix film with a budget of like $90 million.
It was a Will Smith movie, wasn't it? They got a Will Smith movie.
It might have him attached. The only one I know for sure is that Ayer's attached to direct it. But if it was something like that, I would be more excited for it. I looked earlier and couldn't find the budget, but to me this looks like they had a budget of like $150 million, and they were ambitious enough with it, which I appreciate them being ambitious with it at least. Yeah. But it looked like they needed at least another $75 million to make it all look good, because they have so much going on one screen at a time.
Yeah.
Like just in the background, like shit all over the place. That it just. Like we were talking earlier off mic, like I think the biggest problem with the trailer, it's not that it's bad, it's just that I don't care. It's very there's nothing to get you excited about it.
The trailer to me resembles a lot of Fan4Stick trailers, where it's just
I can see that
generic action scene, action scene,
generic sci-fi concept, generic sci-fi action. I that's a good comparison.
And
I think.
The other thing I don't like about it is it feels less like Independence Day.
Sean Connery. Dude, if Sean Connery narrated this movie, I would be their opening day.
Independence Day. If it feels less Independence Day and more Starship Troopers to me.
Okay, I will say one thing I did not like about it.
Okay.
Terrible screenwriting. The son of Will Smith and the son of the president both happen to be leads in this one. That's terrible screenwriting.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, come on. What are the odds?
Why is that necessary? Have the characters fine, but why do they have to have a connection?
It's just basically what it is I can almost guarantee you is the idea to have Bill Pullman's kid was always in the script and always part of the plan. Yeah. They wrote the part of Will Smith's son for Will Smith, and then couldn't get him,
Yeah.
and then didn't want to rework the script, so they're just like, well, fuck it, we'll just make him his kid and have a picture of him in the background.
Yeah.
Like the epitome of lazy-ass screenwriting.
Did you hear Will Smith say he's disappointed they killed his character? He said the reason he didn't do it was scheduling conflict, not that he didn't want to.
It's like, you assholes.
So they killed him. Spoilers, I guess, if you didn't know. I feel like there's several spoilers already in that trailer, but we didn't know it because it's so generic action scene, generic concept.
Yeah, it's so I
think Bill Pullman's going to die in that scene that you saw him, though.
I was actually thinking that, too, when we watched the trailer, and this was the first time I saw it was tonight, because I was waiting for us to do the pod for tonight.
You see part of that scene in the first trailer.
At least one of, if not both, Bill Pullman and Jeff Goldblum are going to be dead by the end of this movie.
I don't think Goldblum will die. I think his dad dies in that ocean scene when he's on the boat and the thing's coming into the Atlantic. Axel from Taxi, and I can't remember his real name. I think he probably dies there, and I'm going to guess that Bill Pullman is in that room waiting for one of the aliens to enter from the other side.
I think at least one of them dies, like Bill Pullman for sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jeff Goldblum dies. And here's my thing, is I think you're going to go and see this opening weekend, and the movie's going to be probably bad to for the first two acts. They're going to kill one of them in the third act and be like, well, fuck this movie, and it'll just be over. And I actually can't wait to hear your review of I'm more excited for your review than I am this film, because if I watch this, it'll be on like Redbox. I'm not paying $10 to go and watch this at the theater.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, I'm not saying I hate Independence Day, because I like the original one. I have fond memories of really, really liking it as a kid.
Yeah.
It's just this trailer has nothing to get you excited.
It was a fun movie, if nothing else.
Yeah, it's fun. I like that was the first movie that introduced Hollywood to blowing up famous monument porn.
Yeah, and they even referenced that in the trailer.
Yeah.
No, I think that's another problem I have with this trailer, actually any of the trailers for it, is the first one was kind of fun, right? Not Guardians of the Galaxy fun, but it was a fun movie. This one just seems like, and then here's where we wow them. And then here's where we wow them.
It's taking itself so fucking seriously.
Yeah.
Painfully seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really, really low I mean, okay, I'm always the person, you can't know for sure until you see it, but what I can judge is my excitement level for the film, and none of their 25,000 trailers they've released have gotten me excited even a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like Fan Four Stick, just like you said. But that was a perfect comparison. Let's talk about another trailer that popped up this week, though. X-Men Apocalypse released their final trailer. And I actually started it and got about halfway through it and turned it off because they seem to be throwing a lot of plot points. Which, here's a quick aside. I'm so irritated that Hollywood feels the need to have 3 teaser trailers and 5 trailers.
Yeah.
Give me 1 teaser, give me 1 trailer.
And done.
Done. Not fucking rocket science.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy is they're spending more money to do that than what they're going to get in the box office.
Yeah.
Because it's unnecessary. Do
a really good teaser to generate some excitement. Do one really good trailer to get everybody amped, completely pumped for it. They can't live without this movie, and then you're done.
Done. Why did Independence Day need 5 trailers? It didn't.
It didn't.
Why does X-Men Apocalypse? It's a fucking X-Men movie.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake. It doesn't need 20 trailers. So, yeah, this is the final one.
The exception is Doctor Strange. I need all the info in that movie I can get.
Well, see, that one was basically the teaser. I will watch one more from them. I won't watch any more.
Yeah, I'm surprised you've been watching that much.
Because, I mean, I trust Marvel a hell of a lot more than anyone else, but still.
Give me the movie now, even if it's just in trailer form.
With X-Men Apocalypse, this was supposed to be their final trailer, quote unquote. I'm sure they'll have more, because that's always bullshit. Don't even know why they say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they confirmed Wolverine will at least be a cameo.
See, and I don't like that. I don't like that they tell you that, because one of the greatest moments in First Class was not knowing he had a fucking cameo in the movie.
The best Wolverine moment in all of their films is that cameo.
Yes.
Because they summed up, and that's Hugh Jackman's, we talked about this before in an episode, his favorite Wolverine moment is that cameo. Because in one line sums up the entirety of the character.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious. It's fantastic. So yeah, I was
in theaters and the audience lost their goddamn mind in that moment.
It's so brilliant.
Yeah.
So the trailer confirmed Wolverine. I actually stopped it before it happened though because I wanted to have the moment surprised, where I could be surprised by it. So Philip said he watched it. He liked the trailer. I think Philip's a little less concerned with spoilers than you and I are. It seems because they were throwing out plot points that had nothing to do with Wolverine that I would rather wait and watch the movie because it's like my big thing is like these trailers should really be there to sell people who aren't going to be seeing the movie anyway.
Right.
And it doesn't seem like that's their approach to it at all.
No, everybody just wants to wow you and blow your mind.
It's dumb. I will say we were pretty critical about some of the early trailers, and their more recent stuff has been more impressive for X-Men Apocalypse. So, yeah.
I miss Ivanhoe's.
Let's see. Why don't we transition to other Marvel news, and we're going to switch over to some MCU stuff, Ron. This one was awesome.
Yes.
Robert Downey Jr. will officially be in Spidey Homecoming, which is genius because we've been speculating before. It makes total sense of why Spider-Man would love Tony Stark in that universe because he's a 16-year-old science geek.
Right.
And Tony frickin' Stark
is the epitome of science.
Is the epitome of science, and he's a superhero.
Yeah.
So he's literally... It makes total sense to be Peter Parker's
every teenage
hero.
Boy's idol, yeah.
Especially because Peter Parker is a scientist, enthusiast, and trying to become a superhero. I just think that's a genius plot line.
Yeah,
he probably won't be in the movie for more than 3 minutes, but it's a great ad, even if he's in it for 30 seconds. I thought it was great casting, and it's also good reassurance to people who aren't as plugged into the news as you and I are.
Yeah,
because some people might not know. Somehow, like the super detached from film people, might not know. Oh shit, Spider-Man's in the MCU.
Yeah.
Because that's always been the thing. X-Men and Spider-Man are over here. They're totally detached, and then all the Avengers stuff's over here. So when they go in this, they're like, holy shit, Robert Downey Jr. is in this. That's awesome. That'll make more people that weren't aware of that maybe might have been big Spider-Man fans, but not Avengers fans or MCU fans, want to go see Infinity War.
Yeah.
Because holy shit, Spider-Man's in the MCU now. I want to go watch that. It's brilliant cross-marketing, good for the story.
And it's the most recognizable character from the MCU.
Yeah, I love it. I cannot freaking wait for that Spider-Man movie. Let's see, another cameo.
This one confused me.
I actually kind of like it. So Guardians 2, I think this was released via some set pics. Basically, one of the set picks, and I think this is super minor potential spoilers for Guardians 2. Apparently, in one of the set picks, you see posters around a movie theater set within the universe that showcase Nathan Fillion's character, which is actually a callback to, I believe it's Simon Williams. I think that's the character's name. I will have to fact check it.
That sounds right.
Nathan Fillion will be playing, it looks like, Wonder Man, which is
never heard of that character.
He's a super obscure character, and the reason I think it's kind of cool is just because it's in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Wonder Man is another 70s and 80s super obscure D-list character, like the Guardians of the Galaxy, so I think it kind of works for that. I don't think he'll be involved in the movie, but maybe a scene.
Yeah.
So I think this is really more news.
Well, at least maybe he'll be recognizable this time.
What was really random is his cameo in the first movie. Why?
Yeah, what was the point?
Why?
Doesn't look like him, doesn't sound like him. What was the point?
Because, if you're going to... they're good friends because they worked on Slither together, him and James Gunn. So it's come up with a better, thing for your boy than that. Yeah. I don't know. Unless Fillion was like, oh, I want to be an alien, unless he requested it. That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of cool. Super obscure. Literally, you will not find anyone who knows who Wonder Man is outside of a comic book shop. Because, you're not as plugged in as, hardcore comic geeks, but you're pretty plugged into Marvel characters. And if you had never heard of them, it's pretty fucking obscure.
Yeah,
so.
I was going to say, I had to read it twice because I read Wonder Woman at first. I'm like, that's the wrong fucking side.
I would totally watch Nathan Fillion play Wonder Woman.
I would too. I would. He could pull it off too, that's the sad thing.
Yeah, I can't wait. So, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I believe, is next year. Is that the first movie coming out? No, it's going to be the second because Spidey's in June.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the second movie of 2017, I think. It was the first one came out around August, something like that.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
It's probably going to be their time frame for it.
This one disappointed me.
Something that you will not be seeing come out of Marvel anytime soon is Inhumans. What are your thoughts on this one? You're more passionate about this than I am.
I like what they're doing in S.H.I.E.L.D. with the Inhumans, and I was really getting kind of excited. The more this season has gone on, the more excited for that potential movie. I know it was officially on the slate, but it was never officially going to happen.
It was like officially on the slate with an asterisk next to it.
Yeah. But I was getting, as this season goes on, I get more and more excited for that, and then they pulled it.
It's a catch-22 because you getting more excited about it because they've been done so well on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is why this got killed.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly like the Phil Coulson thing. If you bring him back in, just like right now, you'd be bringing back in the Inhumans, you have to catch people up on a whole lot of shit that happened on the separate TV show, which won't happen.
Yeah.
They don't have screen time to be able to do it, and it would be poorly done because I don't even know how you would approach that.
Yeah.
The only way it could work with Phil is because everyone loves Agent Phil, wouldn't care.
Right.
You would just be excited to see him back in the movies again. The Inhumans are not like Coulson level geek excitement, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm actually cool with this because I would rather them be approached in the way they've been on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and be more fleshed out, because I would rather the Inhumans be done with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and make Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. better than, you know, have a movie about it.
It's funny how you say make Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. better, because of the two of us in this room, you're the one that was not crazy with Inhuman stuff at all.
If you remember when we started talking about after they started doing the stuff with Lash, the Lash storyline is actually what kind of sold me on it, because I thought their twist with that was really, really clever.
Yeah.
And I've liked Lincoln a lot. I thought he was a smart addition to.
I like that actor too.
I like him
I don't
too.
know who he is, but I like him.
I like him too. I thought they've done, especially with the last couple of episodes. I thought they've done some really cool stuff with the Inhumans. I think they're better set for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. than a movie, because, and this was one of the reasons Feige gave for it being pulled from the schedule, is because you're excited for Inhumans. Would you rather have Ant-Man 3 or Doctor Strange 2 or Inhumans when you've already had them on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah, fucking humans.
Exactly. Because with these Marvel movies, it seems like they come out every other month, which they kind of do, but when you break it down, they really only have 2 a year, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So if you're taking away 50% of your MCU movie intake for the year for Inhumans compared to Doctor Strange 2, you'd be crazy to ask for Inhumans. Yeah, they have too many good properties for their own good.
It's just, you know, and bringing in the Inhumans was a really clever way of adding powers to that show too. Yeah, and you know, but it's just like they've been done so well. It's like, what could they do on the big screen with it? With the right writing and the special effects,
it could be cool, but like I was saying, like they have too many good properties for their own good.
Because I mean, dude, that crazy hobo episode was insane.
Yeah, that was awesome. You haven't seen this week? It's so good.
Is it?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been so fucking good.
When this show started, did you think we would ever be uttering those words?
Did you know what's crazy? At this moment, I like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. better than The Flash.
Do you really?
I do.
That must have been some really good
Agents
stuff.
of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been... I can't remember the last time they didn't have an episode that was like a 7.5 at least. Yeah. They have been consistent as fuck. Which when they started, they were consistently fucking terrible.
That's the only thing they were consistent
And then it was just like, literally, the moment Winter Soldier hit... I can't think of a bad episode they've had in the 2.5 seasons since.
Yeah, I guess they were just killing time until that movie.
Oh, it's been and especially the setup from the most recent episode. You really need to watch it because it was fucking cool.
I'm so behind in everything right now.
But you said, the timey-wimey one that you saw, fucking awesome. You're just like, holy shit, it's like a Doctor Who episode in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is amazing. Yeah, I love it.
It was great.
It's fantastic. Let's see. We're going to transition over from Marvel to DC. We got a couple topics to get out of the way. So Green Lantern Corps, we have talked previously about how pretty much their approach to getting the taste of the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie out of your mouth is make a Corps movie, which I think is a smart idea. Yeah. They've been talking, obviously, your go-tos are going to be Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. Those are the gimmies. Yes. If you're doing a Corps. The interesting one that's being rumored to add to it is actually Kyle Rayner, who, if you're unfamiliar with Kyle Rayner...
No clue who that is.
When Hal Jordan, it was either late 80s or early 90s, when he was possessed by Parallax and became a bad guy. It was like a big crossover event between all the DC comics. Uh-huh. He was possessed by Parallax. He actually starts killing a whole lot of other heroes. It was a very cool storyline. He eventually the only way they can stop him is to kill him.
Yeah.
So, when the Green Lantern dies, you saw how Hal Jordan gets his ring. It picks out another person within the sector who has the best correlation of the, what's it like? I think it's Will. Is that the green one, I think? I get them mixed up.
Yeah,
they have
Will
so
is
many.
green.
So after Hal Jordan dies, the next inheritor of the ring is, because John Stewart already has one, it's Kyle Rayner.
Mm-hmm.
He was basically the 90s Wally West type replacement for Hal Jordan. You know how Wally West was a Flash for a long period of time?
Yeah.
Kyle Rayner was the Green Lantern for about 9 or 10 years. And what's kind of cool is because my actual first exposure picking up a Green Lantern comic in the comic store when I was like 6 or 7 was a Kyle Rayner comic.
Really?
So he was kind of like how I always say Wally West is my Flash.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, just because it was the first Green Lantern comic I read. Kyle Rayner is like my first Green Lantern. So I thought it was actually a cool little sub-character they could put in.
It's cool, but I feel like we're starting to go overboard now.
Well, it completely depends. If he's a complete sub-character...
I mean, I get, we're talking 3 specific ones out of the entire core, but at the same time, if you're going to have multiple... Sure, Jordan and Stewart seems like enough to me, but I don't know the character,
I think Kyle Rayner will be a full-on supporting character, which I'm cool with him being a supporting character. If they tried to pull it off with 3 full-on leads, then it's a problem, because it's basically like the problem they usually have with villains, throwing too many villains at the screen. I think it's cool if he's a supporting character. If they try to use him too much, it could be a problem. But right now, just as the idea of him being a supporting character, the fact that we could possibly see Kyle frickin' Rayner in a Green Lantern movie, I think that's pretty cool. I think it's mostly going to be inconsequential unless you're a comics fan, which I think is smart if he's used in a small role.
Right.
One last DC topic we wanted to get to,
Jeff,
is they released the first official trailer for The Killing Joke, and holy shit, I kept Ron from watching it because they give so much of the good dialogue away in it.
I want to see the trailer.
If you don't care about spoilers, you can pretty much watch it. I just really I want to warn people that if you are not really familiar with the outcomes of The Killing Joke as far as the other supporting characters in the Bat family, you know the one I'm talking about. Yeah. It kind of tells you what's going to happen. So if you're most people know, but just in the odd chance you don't, I really think it's important for you not to watch it. It wasn't egregious. It's just they hinted a little too much for my taste. Mm-hmm. But it looks great. The animation is half BTAS, half the comic artist style.
Awesome.
Very cool. Obviously, Conroy and Hamill are killing it. The reason I kept you from watching it is because they have so much of their amazing dialogue from Alan Moore in the trailer.
And that's one of the things that's supposed to be pretty impressive about that comic, right?
It's Alan Moore, the writer of The Killing Joke, if you didn't know, is the guy who did Watchmen and V for Vendetta.
Oh, yeah.
So, one of the absolute best writers to ever grace the panels of DC was writing that dialogue. So, it's some fucking good dialogue. And I'm really curious if they have the same ending moment. Because the ending is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
When you first watch it, it'll kind of catch you off guard because you're not really expecting it, but it's a brilliant ending. So yeah, great trailer. Just kind of be cautious depending on how much you care about spoilers. Okay, with that's the end of the movie news. We got one TV article to get through, and this was a pretty big deal that they kind of dropped at an odd time.
Yeah.
We have a new companion in Doctor Who. Ron, what's her name?
Pearl Mackie.
And I believe
she's playing Bill.
Okay. Such a random name.
Yeah.
Such a random, odd name. Yeah, the reason I say it was kind of odd timing is because Doctor Who doesn't come back until the Christmas special, right?
We get a Christmas special this year, and then it's like March or April is this next season.
So we're in end of April, so 7 months before. That's depressing.
Yeah.
That's hella depressing.
A year before the season. Yeah. I know.
Fucking
dude, I'm going to forget
BBC,
what
man.
the fuck Doctor Who is by the time it comes back.
I think he regenerates or some shit. I don't know. Holy shit, the box time travels?
By the time it comes out, Peter Capaldi himself will need to regenerate.
I stand by my previous statements. Unless Chibnall, the next showrunner, writes the episode she is introduced in, she will not last to the showrunner change.
Yeah, I agree.
Because what I think, this is my prediction, is it's going to be history repeating itself. You're going to have a new showrunner, you're going to have a new doctor, and you're going to have new companions, and it's going to be a complete tonal change.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be as big of a change as Moffat and Matt Smith were compared to the Davies stuff, but I think that there will be a change.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about it, and why I think the new showrunners need to have their own companions, is because there's only so much you can change about the Doctor. Really, the way you make your stamp on the show as a showrunner is the companions, because you can do the most outside-the-box thinking with them.
Right.
Like,
the one constant needs to be the Doctor, so...
The variables that you change are the companions.
Because they influence a lot of his actions and a lot of his way of thinking.
And it's really critical on how you want to write your Doctor, because he has to have someone to communicate with.
Yes.
So, like, what was so good about, like, one of my complaints that I think Clara worked way better with Capaldi than she did with Matt Smith. For whatever reason, her and Capaldi had a better on-screen chemistry than her and Matt Smith to me. Mm-hmm. I think Matt Smith and Amy and Rory had fantastic chemistry and worked really, really well together. Rose with David Tennant, I thought they worked really, really well together.
They worked really well together.
I think even better than her and Eccleston, who was the first Doctor with her.
Yes.
It's interesting that, like, as something as so subtle but so important as the actors' inherent chemistry for no reason, can change how good the quality is of the entire show.
Yeah.
So I think it's absolutely critical for Chibnall to be able to have his own companions. The thing going in her favor as far as continuing is it all lies on Capaldi's shoulders. If Capaldi decides to stay on, which he hasn't said, he's leaning obviously towards leaving with Moffat, I think. That's basically what he's come out and not officially said, but you can kind of infer.
I take it more as he's leaving and they're trying to talk him into staying.
Yeah,
and
because BBC approached him to stay.
Yeah.
And he was basically saying, I don't know, because it's literally hard on your body.
Yeah.
Because Matt Smith had to have a knee surgery.
And then
he's like
one.
30 years younger than Capaldi. Capaldi had to have a knee surgery on the same knee.
For the same reason.
For the same reason. Yeah. Because I think it all relies on him. If he, for whatever reason, decides, I'll give it one more go, I think you'll have basically a practice season for the new showrunner where he can bring in an established Doctor and companion for a season to kind of get his feet wet.
Yeah.
If it's not going that route, you're going to get a complete reboot, I think. Not a reboot, but a complete change.
Right.
Across the board. Yeah, so we've never seen this actress before, so we literally are in the dark. We won't know until the show.
Apparently not a lot of people have seen her. She's got very few screen credits to her name, and she's mostly known for theater.
Which is par for the course, because pretty much all of their companions have been incredibly unknown. Like Amy and Rory, they were both nobodies until Doctor Who, and now they've kind of blossomed and started popping up.
Well, look at Rory. He's now a Time Master after hanging out with the Time Lord.
I love me some Legends. I love it. Yeah. We'll just have to wait and see. I was a little disappointed. I wish it would have been a guy companion just to mix it up.
Yeah.
Because we've had, literally, other than Rory, there hasn't been a guy companion since, I think, the 6th Doctor.
Uh-huh.
Like 25 years ago. It's been a long time. Because, and Rory was only there because he was attached to Amy.
Yes, the actual female companion.
Yeah. So we haven't legitimately had just and they've gone away since Tennant and Rose and Martha to them being romantically involved. So, what does it matter that they're girls? I don't really get it. I wish that what I'm hoping is what we've always said. If we get a female Doctor next, have it be a guy companion just to mix it up. I'm cool with that.
I still think they're just throwing you a curveball. I think that's what's going to happen still.
They think the next companion is going to be a guy, or you think automatically the next Doctor is a girl? What do you mean?
Both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what I said originally still stands.
And it happens when the new showrunner comes in?
Yep.
That'd be a hella smart, dude. You make the Doctor a girl, that gives you a lot of preconceived goodwill.
Yeah.
Because people have been wanting that for, forever. Helen Mirren has been fan casted as a Doctor since, the 90s. People have been wanting that. People have been wanting a female Doctor. I want it, too. I want to mix up to the show because, essentially I love Doctor Who. And as open as the concept is, you need to mix it up every now and then.
2 other Time Lords that were male have regenerated into females in the most recent
season. They went
season,
out of their way to establish that.
Yeah.
And it's been really cool the way they've done it, especially with Missy. Yeah.
In fact, one of them even went from white to black. So he went from white man to black woman. So yeah.
I think I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do with it. The last season of Doctor Who,
which by the way, that scene was fantastic when he pulls the gun on him. Will you regenerate? Yes, and then he shoots him.
The last season of Doctor Who was so fucking good.
Yeah.
So good. We've got one more news story, and then we are out of here for today. The Nintendo NX, Ron.
People are still talking about this?
I'm so sick of talking about the Nintendo NX. So, there's really nothing else to talk about other than they have basically confirmed what everyone else has been reporting for them, that it's coming out sooner rather than later. Shocker, because the Wii U was a complete, utter failure.
Yep.
It's coming out via Nintendo March 2017. The big news with it is they confirmed the new Zelda game will be a simultaneous release with the NX and the Wii U.
It should have been with the Wii U.
Yeah, fucking 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people bought their Wii U on the premise they were getting a Zelda game.
I applaud them for at least making it simultaneously released.
Yeah.
So the Wii U hardcores like Philip didn't get completely fucked over by the Wii U's release, more so than they already have.
Yeah.
But this is like the ultimate too little too late. I think they've lost a lot of goodwill from their fans just because of how much the Wii U was a complete utter debacle.
Yeah.
It's just, Nintendo. It's gonna do decent just purely off of Nintendo hardcores like Philip.
Yeah.
But this is, I think you and I would agree, the last home console.
I think it is. I think this is their Dreamcast.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Because we grew up around Nintendo, that it's a bummer, but they've dug their own grave. It's their own fault,
pretty much. And I think in another 5 years or so, we'll be playing Super Mario on a PlayStation.
That'd be really cool, but also kind of sad that they were up here, and then over time it's just dead.
Yeah. I think they'll still have the DS though.
Oh, absolutely. Even if it's only released in Japan and China, there will always be a DS / handheld Nintendo item because they just crush over there. So I'm actually pretty interested, though. I won't be able to play it because I'm not a big enough Nintendo fan to get their consoles, nor do I have the funds available to go and just willy-nilly buy one of their consoles.
I would give them that their console is usually cheaper than the current crop.
The Wii U should have been a lot cheaper, quicker. I think it's still like $250. That thing should be $150.
Does that include the $100 tablet controller?
I think. I don't even know. But I think the Zelda game being more open world is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, the Zelda game could end up being cool. It came out 5 years after it should have.
I hate the graphics, though.
I haven't even seen the graphics for it. What does it look like?
If it's the same one that they've been teasing since the Wii U's inception, it's adult Toon Link, basically.
So does it look like kind of more anime? Like, what do you mean?
You know the Toon Link games where he's the kid, but it's like super cartoony and kind of fluffy looking, like Wind Waker and shit like that. So
it has like a more stylish approach to it.
I guess. Let me pull up.
The only Zelda games I've ever played are the Link Between Worlds and Link to the Past. I've completely missed everything else. So it is a little bit more anime looky.
Yeah, like that. There's a screenshot from Wind Waker. Like, yeah, it's just I can't stand it. I cannot fucking stand looking at it. So
you like the Majora's Mask and Ocarina style?
Yeah, exactly. I like the more realistic look. Then I cannot fucking stand that. It irks me so much. I've never played any of those games.
What's weird about it is, like, if it was in the style of the Link to the Past games, it totally works because it's you're more forgiving when it's obviously a more 2D approach to it.
Yeah,
it's just when you can have that compared to that, it's
just stupid to me. And then, like, I hate it so much, Jeff, that it hurt Smash Brothers a little bit for me when they brought him in.
You really hate that, then?
I really hate that character. Like, that I like because that's the old school Link.
That's like NES looking Link a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much. That's like SNES and Game Boy Link. But that? What the fuck is that?
It looks really, really similar to the Mii's.
Yeah. Like that?
Yeah, exactly.
It reminds me of Code. What the fuck?
That's like Dark Souls. Link wandering into Dark Souls.
But it just kind of reminds me a bit of, I guess, Code Lyoko. And I had people that liked Code Lyoko. And I couldn't fucking stand that show because, one, it was dull and boring. And two, the animation. So.
Well, you know what's funny is you're not a comic guy. but you have really, really similar reactions to video game animation that I do comic art. And what I mean by that is, in a comic, the art by itself will not draw me into a book, but it can turn me right the fuck off if I don't like it.
Yeah. I don't get it. And this is the problem that I am having, is this is the link that everybody loves right now. So, naturally, what's the name of the new Zelda? Do we even know?
No, I don't even think they've announced it yet. All I heard in all the articles was that the new Zelda game that they've been talking about forever.
Because, I mean, look, we could have that. But instead, what they premiered... it's got to be in here somewhere.
That's kind of a moot point because you and I aren't going to have the console to be able to play it.
But yeah,
I see what you're saying though.
It just pissed me off because it was Adult Link that I like, but in the style of Toon Link, and it really upset me.
To be fair, we won't know until we get official like trailers for it. You know,
I mean, look at that.
They could always change it last minute. You really don't know. Like,
yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. It'll probably be. Do they still do E3 stuff, or Nintendo has their own direct conference, don't they?
I don't know.
Or they might do a little bit of both. Whenever we do our E3 talk, we'll definitely be covering Zelda, because since the NX is going to be coming out next year, either via E3 or their direct conference or both, they're going to be pimping out some Zelda. We're going to be sick of Zelda. Yeah, it's just a new Zelda game. I don't think they have a name for it yet.
Oh, damn you, Forbes. I don't give a shit about your quote of the day. God damn you, Forbes. I hit continue, and it took me to another one.
But you want to know the quote of the day, Ron?
It's the
I think you broke Forbes.
But
yeah, there's no name.
No, Zelda 2016.
You know what also is kind of annoying about the NX? They confirmed that the NX...
Thanks for the zoom in. It's exactly the same size.
They confirmed the NX is just the working title, so it's going to have a garbage dick name.
Yeah, it is.
When the NX is so cool.
Wii U 2.
It's frustrating. We need to get out of here though. We could just talk for hours and hours about how much
we got Tomb Raider to play. Damn it,
Nintendo breaks our balls. So if you'd like to check out more of our content, make sure you like and subscribe. That gets you all the commentaries, reaction shows, podcasts, let's plays. All the stuff goes to the YouTube channel. Also, be sure to check out if you're interested in Game of Thrones. We do our Tonight's Watch now every Sunday night, talking about some fucking Game of Thrones. I can't wait for next Sunday, man.
I know.
It's like Christmas every Sunday.
It's gonna be fantastic.
So, we have social media links below as well if you're interested in checking out our Facebook and Twitter. And if you know anyone else, friends or family-wise, that you think might also like our content, please share us out. We really, really appreciate it. I am Jeff.
I'm Ron.
Let's go play some Tomb Raider, dude.
Fuck yes. Shoot some people in the face.